It's the quiet energy of someone who knows their worth. The calm assurance of a person who's comfortable in their own skin. The unmistakable presence of someone who can walk into a room and own it without saying a word. Confidence isn't something you're born with, though. No, it's something you build. It's a skill, a mindset, and a habit, all wrapped into one. And like any skill, it can be developed, strengthened, and mastered. But here's the key. Boosting your confidence isn't about faking it or pretending to be something you're not. It's not about flashy bravado or making a show of things. True confidence runs deep. It's grounded in authenticity, self-respect, and a belief in your ability to navigate whatever life throws your way. So the question is, how do you get there? How do you tap into that reservoir of self-belief and learn to carry yourself with the kind of energy that inspires trust and admiration? It's simpler than you might think. Confidence isn't built in massive leaps. It's built in small steps. And today I want to walk you through 6 ways, simple, actionable ways, that you can use to instantly boost your confidence. Each one is designed to help you take ownership of your mindset, your body, and your actions. These aren't abstract ideas. They're practical strategies that anyone can use. And as you practice them, as you make them a part of your daily life, you'll find that your confidence doesn't just grow, it transforms you. The beauty of these steps is that they work for everyone. No matter where you are in your journey, no matter what challenges you face, you can start applying these principles right now. And when you do, you'll discover something remarkable. Confidence isn't something you chase. It's something you cultivate. It comes from within. And once you unlock it, it becomes a force that shapes every area of your life. The first way to instantly boost your confidence is through the way you carry yourself, your posture, your body language, and your physical presence. It might seem too simple at first, but don't underestimate the power of this. Your body speaks volumes before you even open your mouth, and it communicates just as much to you as it does to others. When you stand tall, hold your head high, and move with purpose, you send a message to the world and to your own mind that you're someone who deserves to be taken seriously. Think about this. How do you look when you're feeling unsure of yourself? Shoulders slouched, eyes downcast, movements hesitant. Now compare that to someone brimming with confidence. Shoulders back, chest open, eyes scanning the room with calm assurance. This isn't just about appearances. The way you hold yourself directly affects the way you feel. Your physiology drives your psychology. Here's an exercise you can try right now. Stand up and plant your feet firmly on the ground. Imagine there's a string pulling the top of your head toward the ceiling. Roll your shoulders back. Let your arms hang loosely at your sides and take a deep breath. Feel the expansion in your chest, the stability in your stance. Hold that position for just a moment. Already you might feel a subtle shift in your energy, a slight increase in your sense of presence. Now, why does this work? There's a fascinating connection between the body and the mind. When you adopt a posture of confidence, your brain takes notice. It starts to believe, on a physiological level, that you're in control. But this isn't just about occasional power poses. This is about making good posture a habit. Every time you walk into a room, every time you sit down for a conversation, take a moment to check your body language. Are you shrinking into yourself, or are you occupying your space with authority? It's these small, consistent adjustments that build the foundation for a confident presence. Here's what I learned in the early days. How you move says just as much as how you stand. Confident people move with purpose. Their steps are deliberate, their gestures intentional. They don't rush, but they don't hesitate either. When you move with purpose, you project a sense of calm control, not just to others, but to yourself. You're sending a signal to your brain. You know where you're going, and you know what you're doing. This principle extends to your voice, too. Your posture and body language influence the way you speak. When your chest is open and your head is high, your voice has more depth, more resonance. You're able to speak with clarity and conviction, which further reinforces your confidence. Here's the beauty of working on your physical presence. It doesn't require you to have all the answers. You don't need to know every detail or feel completely certain in every situation. Your body can lead your mind. By choosing to adopt a confident stance, you're essentially giving yourself permission to feel confident, even if you're not entirely sure of yourself in the moment. Years ago, I attended an event where one of the speakers was noticeably nervous. But halfway through, they paused, took a deep breath, and adjusted their posture. They straightened their shoulders, looked out at the audience, and began speaking with a steady, deliberate rhythm. You could feel the shift in the room. Their energy changed, and so did ours. It wasn't that they suddenly knew more or had prepared better. It was their physical presence that turned the moment around. So here's the takeaway. Start with your body. Stand tall, move with purpose, and let your physical presence reflect the confidence you want to feel. Practice this every day. Catch yourself when you start to slump or shrink, and make a conscious effort to correct it. Over time, it will become second nature. And as it does, you'll find that your mind follows suit, filling with the same strength and assurance that your posture projects. Next, the second way to instantly boost your confidence is through the power of preparation. Confidence and preparation go hand in hand because nothing gives you a stronger foundation than knowing you're ready. When you've taken the time to prepare, you walk into any situation with the quiet assurance that you've done the work, that you've equipped yourself with the tools and knowledge to handle what comes your way. Preparation isn't glamorous, but it's a game changer. Imagine you're about to give a speech. Two people stand backstage. One is winging it, relying on their natural charisma and hoping they'll think of the right words in the moment. The other has spent hours practicing, refining their points, and rehearsing their delivery. Who do you think feels more confident as they step onto that stage? It's not about talent. It's about preparation. The second person has earned their confidence by putting in the time, and that sense of readiness is evident in the way they carry themselves. Preparation is a form of self-respect. When you prepare, you're telling yourself that this matters to you and that you're going to give it your best. That message is powerful. It builds trust in yourself, trust that you'll show up, trust that you'll follow through, and trust that you can handle the pressure. And trust, my friends, is the bedrock of confidence. Now, preparation doesn't mean perfection. It's not about knowing every answer or predicting every outcome. It's about being as ready as you can be, given the circumstances. It's about controlling what you can and letting go of what you can't. When you prepare, you reduce uncertainty. And that reduction in uncertainty creates space for confidence to grow. You see, if you have an important meeting coming up, preparation might mean researching the topic thoroughly, reviewing your notes, and anticipating potential questions. It might mean practicing how you'll present your ideas or rehearsing answers to tough questions. The more you prepare, the more grounded you'll feel when the moment arrives. And when you feel grounded, you're far less likely to be thrown off by the unexpected. Preparation doesn't just apply to big moments, though. It's just as important in your daily life. Think about your morning routine. Starting the day with a plan, knowing what you want to accomplish and how you'll approach your tasks, sets a confident tone for everything that follows. It's a small investment of time that pays huge dividends in clarity and focus. Here's another layer to preparation: visualization. Successful athletes use this technique all the time. They mentally rehearse their performance, seeing themselves succeeding in vivid detail. Why? Because your mind doesn't always distinguish between what's real and what's vividly imagined. By visualizing a confident performance, you're training your brain to believe in that reality. And when the moment comes, you're more likely to perform as you envisioned. But preparation isn't just about planning or practice. It's about developing your skills. Confidence grows when you know you have the capability to deliver. This is why investing in yourself, learning, and improving is one of the best ways to build lasting confidence. When you've mastered a skill or developed expertise in a particular area, you naturally feel more assured. You've built a foundation that can't be easily shaken. I want you to think of preparation like planting seeds. The work you do today may not show immediate results, but over time it will bear fruit. Each hour you invest in learning, practicing, or refining your craft is a deposit into your confidence bank. And when the time comes to draw on that bank, you'll have reserves to pull from. Way back in the early days, I had a major presentation to give in front of an audience of business leaders. I knew the stakes were high, and I wanted to be at my best. So I prepared relentlessly. I practiced my speech dozens of times, researched my audience, and even rehearsed how I'd respond to questions. By the time I stepped onto that stage, I wasn't nervous. I was excited. I was ready. And that preparation made all the difference. It wasn't about talent. It was about effort. So the lesson is this: confidence doesn't happen by accident. It's earned through preparation. When you take the time to prepare, you give yourself a gift, the gift of readiness. And that readiness transforms the way you approach every challenge, every interaction, and every opportunity. Next, the third way to instantly boost your confidence is by embracing small wins. Confidence is built step by step, and each small success you achieve lays another brick in the foundation of self-belief. The key here is to shift your focus from the big, daunting goals that can sometimes feel overwhelming to the small, achievable steps that move you in the right direction. Too often, we make the mistake of tying our confidence to grand outcomes. We tell ourselves that we'll feel confident once we've landed the big promotion, completed the marathon, or mastered the new skill. But here's the problem. Those big milestones take time. And if you're waiting until the finish line to feel good about yourself, you're missing the chance to fuel your confidence along the way. This is where small wins come in. Every step you take toward your goals is a victory. Did you wake up early to exercise? That's a win. Did you make progress on a project at work? Another win. Did you have a tough conversation you'd been avoiding? That's a big win. Each of these moments, no matter how small they may seem, deserves recognition. Why? Because they represent progress. And progress is the lifeblood of confidence. There's a principle at play here. What you focus on grows. If you focus on your shortcomings, your mistakes, or how far you still have to go, you'll feed feelings of inadequacy. But if you focus on your achievements, your efforts, and the progress you're making, you'll feed your confidence. It's about choosing to see the good in what you're doing and celebrating it, even if it's just a small step forward. So how can you start incorporating this into your life? One of the simplest and most effective strategies is to keep a wins journal. At the end of each day, write down 3 things you accomplished or did well. They don't have to be earth-shattering. The act of writing these things down forces you to acknowledge your efforts and gives you a record of your progress. Over time, this practice has a compounding effect. As you review your wins, you'll start to see a pattern of capability and growth. You'll realize that you're more competent and resilient than you give yourself credit for. And that realization, my friends, is a powerful boost to your confidence. This idea of small wins isn't just about individual moments. It's about setting yourself up for success. When you take on a new challenge, break it down into manageable steps. If you're learning a new skill, start with the basics. If you're pursuing a big goal, identify the smaller milestones along the way. Each time you achieve one of these steps, you'll build momentum. And as that momentum grows, so does your confidence. There's a wonderful quote that sums this up perfectly. Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. Confidence works the same way. It's not something you achieve all at once. It's the result of consistently showing up, doing the work, and recognizing your progress. But here's the important part. You have to give yourself permission to celebrate. Too many people dismiss their small wins because they don't seem significant enough. They tell themselves, that's no big deal, or I should be doing more. Don't fall into that trap. Every step forward is a step worth celebrating. And when you celebrate your progress, you reinforce the belief that you're capable of achieving even more. So take a moment right now to reflect on your own journey. What are some small wins you've achieved recently? Whatever it is, acknowledge it. Let yourself feel the pride and satisfaction that comes from making progress. That feeling, however small, is a spark of confidence. And when you nurture that spark, it grows into something much bigger. Next, the fourth way to instantly boost your confidence is by speaking kindly to yourself. The words you use in your own mind carry immense power, and they shape the way you see yourself and the world around you. Most people are far kinder to others than they are to themselves. They offer encouragement, understanding, and forgiveness to friends, but reserve criticism and doubt for their own internal dialogue. If you want to build confidence, you have to flip that script. Consider this. If you had a friend who constantly pointed out your flaws, doubted your abilities, and reminded you of every mistake you'd ever made, how long would you keep them around? Yet for many, this is exactly how they treat themselves. That critical inner voice becomes a constant companion, eroding confidence and reinforcing feelings of inadequacy. The solution is to become your own greatest ally, not your harshest critic. Self-talk matters because your brain is always listening. The things you tell yourself, whether positive or negative, shape your beliefs, and those beliefs influence your actions. If you constantly tell yourself that you're not good enough or that you'll never succeed, you start to believe it. But if you replace those thoughts with affirmations like, you're capable, or you're learning and growing, you rewire your mindset for confidence. The first step in improving your self-talk is awareness. Start paying attention to the thoughts that run through your mind throughout the day. When you face a challenge or make a mistake, what's your immediate reaction? Do you offer yourself understanding or do you dive straight into criticism? This awareness is crucial because you can't change a habit you don't recognize. Once you're aware of your negative self-talk, the next step is to challenge it. Ask yourself, is this thought true? Is it helpful? Would I say this to someone I care about? If the answer to any of these questions is no, it's time to reframe the thought. Here's something that anybody can use every day. Affirmations. Positive things that you repeat to yourself to reinforce a confident mindset. Some people dismiss affirmations as cheesy or ineffective, but the truth is, they work, especially when they're specific and grounded in truth. If you keep telling yourself good things, especially in moments of doubt, they'll start to reshape your beliefs. Here's the key. Self-compassion is a huge part of this process. It's about treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a friend. When you stumble or fall short, instead of beating yourself up, acknowledge that mistakes are a natural part of growth. Tell yourself that this is hard right now, but you're doing your best, and that's enough. This kind of self-compassion doesn't just boost confidence, it builds resilience. I worked with a young man who was struggling with confidence at work. He was constantly second-guessing himself and felt paralyzed by the fear of making mistakes. As we talked, it became clear that his inner dialogue was his biggest obstacle. He was relentlessly critical of himself, focusing on every perceived flaw and ignoring his strengths. I encouraged him to start a daily practice of writing down 3 things he liked about himself and 3 affirmations to carry into his day. It wasn't easy at first. He said it felt forced. But over time, he began to notice a shift. His self-talk became more supportive, and with it, his confidence grew. It's important to remember that changing your self-talk takes time. If you've spent years being hard on yourself, it won't change overnight. But with consistent effort, you can start to reprogram your inner dialogue. Each time you choose to speak kindly to yourself, you're building a foundation of self-respect and self-belief. And you have to celebrate your strengths. Take time to acknowledge what you're good at, what makes you unique, and what you've accomplished. Confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about recognizing and appreciating your own value. Make a list of your strengths and revisit it whenever you need a reminder of your capabilities. Finally, remember that confidence isn't about never having doubts. Everyone has moments of insecurity. Even the most successful people you admire. The difference is that confident people don't let those doubts control them. They acknowledge the doubts, counter them with self-supportive thoughts, and take action anyway. You can do the same. Speak kindly to yourself, and you'll find that your confidence begins to grow from the inside out. The way you talk to yourself matters, and it's one of the most powerful tools you have for shaping your mindset in your life. Next, the fifth way to instantly boost your confidence is to take action, even when you feel uncertain or afraid. Action is the antidote to fear, hesitation, and doubt. Too often, people wait for confidence to appear before they act, thinking they need to feel ready before they take the first step. But here's the truth. Confidence doesn't come before action. It follows it. The very act of doing builds belief in your ability to succeed. Think about the times in your life when you've been hesitant to start something new. The fear of failure or looking foolish might have held you back. But the moment you took that first step, something shifted. The fear started to fade, replaced by the realization that you were capable of moving forward, one action at a time. That's the power of action. It creates momentum and generates confidence. When you take action, even small steps, you're telling yourself that you're capable and that you can handle this. This shifts your focus away from what might go wrong to what you're doing right now. And the more you act, the more evidence you gather of your own competence. Confidence is built on these moments of proof. Proof that you can face challenges, learn from mistakes, and grow stronger with each effort. One way to start is by identifying what I like to call micro actions. These are small, manageable steps that move you toward your goals. These steps are low risk, but high impact, and they build the muscle of confidence without overwhelming you. See, here's the thing. Taking action is embracing discomfort. Growth doesn't happen in your comfort zone. It happens when you stretch yourself, when you step into situations that challenge you and push your boundaries. It's not about being reckless or diving into situations unprepared. It's about being willing to face uncertainty and trust that you'll figure it out along the way. Each time you step into discomfort, you expand your capacity for confidence. When you're faced with a situation that makes you nervous, ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? Often, you'll find that the worst case scenario isn't as catastrophic as your fear makes it out to be. Once you've identified the worst, shift your focus to the best case scenario and the potential benefits of taking action. This mental shift can help you move from fear to motivation. It's important to remember that action doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, perfectionism is one of the biggest obstacles of confidence. If you're waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect skill set, you'll be waiting forever. Confidence isn't about getting it right every time. It's about being willing to try, learn, and adapt. Imperfect action is always better than perfect inaction. A friend of mine was terrified of networking events. The idea of walking into a room full of strangers and striking up conversations made him freeze with anxiety. But he knew that building connections was essential for his career, so he committed to taking small actions. At his first event, he set a simple goal: introduce himself to one person and ask them about their work. It wasn't easy, but he did it. And that one conversation gave him the confidence to start another. Over time, those small actions added up. And today, he's one of the most confident networkers I know. One of the most empowering realizations is that confidence is a skill you develop, not a trait you're born with. And like any skill, it gets stronger the more you practice. Each time you take action, no matter how small, you're practicing confidence. You're proving to yourself that you can face challenges, navigate uncertainty, and keep moving forward. To help you stay motivated, it's useful to focus on your why. Why is this action important to you? What goal or value does it align with? When you connect your actions to a deeper purpose, it's easier to push through fear and hesitation. If your goal is to advance in your career, remind yourself that each step you take, every time you speak up in a meeting or volunteer for a project, brings you closer to that goal. The bigger picture keeps you grounded and gives your actions meaning. Finally, don't underestimate the power of celebrating your progress. After you take action, no matter how small, take a moment to acknowledge your effort. Recognize that you're building momentum and let that sense of accomplishment fuel your next step. Confidence grows through a cycle of action, reflection, and reinforcement. Taking action is one of the most powerful ways to build confidence because it breaks the cycle of fear and hesitation. Every step you take, no matter how uncertain or afraid you feel, is a victory. And those victories add up to a powerful sense of belief in yourself. Next, the sixth way to instantly boost your confidence is by surrounding yourself with the right people. Your environment plays a significant role in shaping your mindset, and the people you spend time with are a critical part of that environment. Confidence, like any other trait, is contagious. When you surround yourself with supportive, positive, and encouraging individuals, their energy lifts you up. Conversely, spending time with negative or critical people can sap your confidence and reinforce self-doubt. Think about the people in your life. Are they lifting you higher, or are they holding you back? This isn't about assigning blame. It's about recognizing the influence others have on your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. If you're constantly exposed to negativity or criticism, it's easy to internalize those messages. Over time, they can become the soundtrack of your inner dialogue. But when you're surrounded by people who believe in you, cheer you on, and challenge you to grow, that positivity becomes part of your mental fabric. One of the best things you can do for your confidence is to build a circle of influence that supports your growth. The circle doesn't have to be large. It's about quality, not quantity. Look for people who inspire you, who share your values, and who challenge you to be your best. Supportive people do three powerful things for your confidence. First, they remind you of your strengths. When you're feeling uncertain or doubting yourself, a kind word or a vote of confidence from someone you trust can make all the difference. They see the best in you, often when you can't see it in yourself, and their belief becomes a powerful source of motivation. Second, they provide honest feedback. True supporters aren't afraid to give you constructive criticism, but they do it in a way that builds you up rather than tearing you down. They point out areas where you can improve, but they do it with encouragement and a belief in your potential. This kind of feedback is invaluable because it helps you grow without undermining your confidence. Third, they lead by example. When you're around confident, driven, and optimistic people, their energy rubs off on you. You see what's possible, and you start to believe that you can achieve similar things. Their habits, attitudes, and mindsets inspire you to raise your own standards and push beyond your comfort zone. It's worth noting that surrounding yourself with the right people doesn't mean cutting off everyone who doesn't fit the mold. Not everyone in your life will be a source of confidence, and that's okay. The key is to spend the majority of your time with those who uplift you and to set boundaries with those who don't. Protecting your energy is an act of self-respect, and it's essential for maintaining a confident mindset. If you're not sure where to find these positive influences, start by seeking out communities or groups that align with your interests and goals. Volunteering is another excellent way to connect with people who share your values and inspire your growth. The more you put yourself in environments filled with positive energy, the more of it you'll absorb. I once worked with an individual who was stuck in a toxic work environment. The constant criticism and negativity from their colleagues had taken a toll on their confidence. After much deliberation, they decided to make a change. They sought out a new job with a team that valued collaboration, respect, and encouragement. The difference was night and day. Surrounded by positive influences, their confidence began to soar, and they rediscovered their passion for their work. The environment made all the difference. This principle extends to the content you consume as well. The books you read, the shows you watch, and the conversations you engage in all contribute to your mental environment. Choose content that uplifts and inspires you. Read biographies of people who've overcome challenges, listen to motivational talks, or engage in conversations that stimulate growth. The more you feed your mind with positivity, the more confident you'll feel. Finally, remember that you have the power to be a positive influence for others. As you build your confidence, share that energy with those around you. Encourage your friends, celebrate their successes, and offer support when they're facing challenges. Confidence isn't a finite resource. There's plenty to go around. By lifting others up, you'll find that your own confidence grows as well. Surrounding yourself with the right people is one of the most powerful ways to build confidence because it creates an environment where you can thrive. When you're supported, encouraged, and inspired, you start to believe in yourself in ways you never thought possible. Confidence is a journey, not a destination. It's not something you either have or don't have. It's something you cultivate step by step, choice by choice, day by day. The beauty of confidence is that it's within your control. With every action you take, every thought you shape, and every habit you build, you're strengthening the foundation of self-belief that supports you in every area of your life. So there it is, 6 ways to instantly boost your confidence. From the way you carry yourself, to the preparation you invest in, to the small wins you celebrate, each step builds on the last. Speaking kindly to yourself rewires your mindset for positivity. Taking action, even when you feel uncertain, creates the momentum that propels you forward. And surrounding yourself with the right people ensures that you're constantly lifted by the energy and encouragement of those who believe in you. But here's the secret. Confidence isn't about being perfect or fearless. It's about embracing who you are, flaws and all, and trusting in your ability to learn, adapt, and grow. It's about recognizing that mistakes are part of the process and that every challenge you face is an opportunity to build resilience. Confidence is about showing up for yourself, even when it's hard, and knowing that you're worthy of the effort. As you go forward, Remember that building confidence is a practice. It's not something you do once. It's something you integrate into your daily life. Check in with your posture. Reflect on your wins. Speak to yourself with kindness. Take those small but meaningful actions that move you toward your goals. And surround yourself with people who remind you of your potential and encourage you to aim higher. Each day is a new opportunity to grow your confidence. And with each step, you'll find that it becomes easier, more natural, and more deeply rooted in who you are. Confidence isn't just a skill, it's a way of being. And when you cultivate it, you unlock a power within yourself that can transform every area of your life. The journey starts now. Take the first step. Stand tall. Speak kindly. Act boldly. And watch as your confidence grows into a force that shapes the future you've always dreamed of.